Who is the off-spinner capable of succeeding R Ashwin in the Indian Test side? But here is another question. Who is the future of Indian batting in the longer format? Yashasvi Jaiswal is perhaps the name on fans' mind right now, and why not? Apart from him, there are always the usual suspects. Sure enough, some young bright names are popping up in your head. Ruturaj Gaikwad, Jaiswal himself, Sarfaraz Khan, KS Bharat, Baba Indrajit, Sai Sudarshan, the list goes on. But let's get back to the initial question. What are the names that would pop up in your head immediately if I ask you who is the off-spinner capable of succeeding Ashwin in the Indian Test side? Washington Sundar? Well, he's a player of similar profile to Ashwin, but is he the wicket taker that we are talking about? But beyond this, it is difficult to see any other young spinner breaking through the ranks, and this is something to worry about in the long run. Right now, Team India is doing fine. They look settled, the combination has not been tampered with too much, the fast bowling unit is arguably safe too with Bumrah and Siraj. It's just Shami's replacement that needs to be found. There are quite a few young talents and the experiment is on. The reason to ponder upon the question of Ashwin's successor is perhaps this is the one position where there is no long-term solution in sight. You have Jadeja, you have Akshar Patel as his backup, then there is someone like Sai Kishore who's a piece of hot cake. Now that's the left-arm spinner slash all-rounder slot sorted out. I'm sure experts would agree that by default, going into a test match without an off-spinner could be suicidal in the long run. Of course, conditions vary, your requirements vary too, and Ashwin has been dropped for several games away from home, but that does not mean you don't need a starting off-spinner in the team, isn't it? There are quite a few wrist spinners available too. There is Kuldeep Yadav, Yuzvendra Chahal, Ravi Bishnoi, Shreyas Gopal who can be considered, but the dearth of off-spinners is quite a worry. Jalaj Saxena, who was knocking on the doors of the Indian team for a long time, is now 37 years old. Jayant Yadav has played 6 tests for India and is now 34 years old. Now Team India's succession plan is fully in motion. The batting unit looks promising for the long run, the fast bowling unit looks settled for the long run, and you have the all-rounder slot settled too. Wicket keeping? Check. There is Rishabh Pant who will eventually come back, there is Konashrikar Bharat, there is Dhruv Jurel who just made his debut. Now it is time to start preparing for life after Ashwin. Sure, he will keep playing for some more years at the very least, but the man is 37 and he is not getting any younger.
Subscribe to the Federal's YouTube page for more news and updates.